Think and Grow Rich on Brilliance Audio presents Success and Something Greater, Your Magic Key by Sharon L. Lechter and Dr. Greg Reid. Performed by Donna Postel. In Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill used the phrase, "Thoughts are things." We can claim ownership of our thoughts and credit for the actions we take in conjunction with them. However, by itself, is a thought sufficient to produce our desired level of results and success? The answer, according to Hill, is no. While thoughts are things, their ability to produce a desired outcome is dependent on the emotion or feeling that accompanies that thought. Emotions have a tremendous impact on our thoughts, and depending on the emotion, and whether it is positive or negative, each thought could be an asset or a deficit to our progress. It is also true that the greater the level of feeling that accompanies each thought, the more likely it is that we will actually act on it. You feel what you think what you feel. Let's decipher that statement. We all have thoughts, either positive, negative, or indifferent. Those thoughts will produce correlating feelings. When we think negative thoughts, we will have bad feelings. When our thoughts are positive, they will likewise produce good feelings. But according to the phrase, we also think what we feel. In other words, our emotions influence the thoughts we have. It's something we've all experienced. When we're happy or excited, the thoughts generated are typically very positive. Feelings and thoughts, therefore, can be construed to be inseparable. As Hill states, when thoughts are paired with emotions, they will have the most impact on our success. It's a thought-provoking philosophy that deserves further consideration. John Assaraf is an interesting case study. In his early years, he was considered what people might call a hustler. He would do just about anything and everything to get what he wanted. Young John cheated on school exams, stole, got in frequent fights, and struggled to learn. In fact, in his first New York Times best-selling book, Having It All, he is affectionately known as the street kid. He was the stereotype of the kid least likely to succeed. To the surprise of his parents and teachers, John turned his life around. The principles he employed and learned helped him build 5 multi-million-dollar companies in real estate, internet software, business coaching and consulting, and brain research. Currently, he is the founder of Praxis Now, a company that develops brain training products that drive individuals to achieve excellence using the latest evidence-based neural science. He does this by using a proprietary blend of technology and support so that people and corporations may achieve quantum learning. Given his expertise in the complexities of the brain, John was a perfect source for learning more about Hill's philosophy. We sat down with John, and he offered insights that differed in important ways from conventional thinking. A longtime fan and advocate of Think and Grow Rich, John relates that, while the late Dr. Hill claimed that thoughts are things, there is another perspective that deserves equal consideration. In John's own words, thoughts over time become things. Over the past several years, new brain discoveries have proven this concept to be true, albeit with a twist. Over time, thoughts create patterns, which in turn become beliefs. These beliefs drive our perceptions and behaviors. The fact is that the more we repeat a pattern, the easier it will become for our mind to recall and act upon it. Dr. Hill also addressed this principle, stating that any impulse of thought which is repeatedly passed on to the subconscious mind is finally accepted and acted upon by the subconscious mind, which proceeds to translate that impulse into its physical equivalent by the most practical procedure available,